everybody, come on in. We are going to multi-stream for the first time. So let's get started on Food Talk TV. Hey everybody, come on in. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, and we are going to be making a chicken shorba today. So make sure you all are subscribed to Food Talk TV, the home of TikTok's longest live cooking show. All right, let me go ahead and take off the music, and let's go ahead and flip the mirror of the video so I can see you all. Come on in, and make sure I can see the comments. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you all what we're making today. This recipe came up in my feed. Have I ever made it before? No. Has that ever stopped us? No. But if it's cold where you are, it's supposed to be very cold this weekend. This is gonna be like a warming stew. So let's take a look, and you all let me know what you think about this chicken sorba, and we'll go through the ingredients, and I'll go through any substitutions that I'm making. This one comes from Fttv, and she came up in my TikTok. So let's take a look.
But you could also add a little bit more hot water.
Let me turn the brightness down so you all can see.
Water at this point if you want it to be soupy.
Right.
Believe it or not, we do get cold days in Florida, and what better than a warm bowl of chicken shorba on days like this. So for this recipe, you do need a decent amount of oil in your pan. I just like to cover the bottom completely. Then I'm going to add my diced onions, and I'm going to saute them until they're very nice and lightly golden brown. On medium-high heat, stirring intermittently. This will take about 10 minutes, so just be patient with this step.
Good afternoon,
a lot of the time in my videos when I mention ginger garlic
Trini.
paste, people ask what I'm talking about. So here's a picture of the jar. I just get this at the Indian grocery store. It's a combined ginger and garlic paste mix. You can make it yourself, of course. You can grind your own garlic and your own ginger, but this just saves a lot of time. I like to add it on top and allow it to kind of heat up a little bit because it's going to start to splatter if it doesn't warm up. So I just let it rest for a second, and then I'll saute it in until it no longer smells raw. Then I'll start adding my spices. What I love about this dish is that you can make this with spices and ingredients that you probably already have in your fridge and pantry.
Let's see.
So it's super simple. We're just going to add some garam masala. And all of the exact measurements are going to be in the caption, of course. Also some coriander, cumin, Kashmiri red chili, turmeric, black pepper, and salt. Super, super simple. And then I sauteed all those spices down into the base salad, and then I added some green chilies. This dish is usually made with bone-in chicken, like a whole chicken cut up into pieces, but I just prefer boneless meat most of the time, so I'm using chicken breast. You can do what you like, of course.
I have chicken thighs.
I'll saute my chicken down for a couple of minutes. Then add my tomatoes that I just pureed in the blender. You could also do this in the food processor. Add some water. Then we're going to allow this to start bubbling, and then we're going to add the lid, reduce the heat to medium-low, and allow it to simmer for a good 20-25 minutes.
Okay.
Then after the time is up, we can lift the lid, and the first thing you want to do is just make sure that your chicken is tender. If not, you might need to simmer it longer. After 25 minutes here, my chicken was very nice and tender. The final step is just to add some chopped cilantro. Now, I know some people make this dish a little bit more soupy, more watery than what I have here, but I just like my salad a little bit thicker, so I'm going to leave it at this consistency. But you could also add a little bit more hot water at this point if you want it to be soupy.
All right, so that's a lot going on, y'all. So I'm gonna get my uniform on, wash my hands, and then we're gonna go through making this chicken sorba. It looks to me like it's a Middle Eastern, maybe Israeli, maybe, I don't know where it comes from. If you're familiar, let me know. But some of the ingredients there I've had, but I've never used, so I wanna give them a try. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my struggle air conditioning. Come on in, everybody. We're at 150 likes. If you like these type of savory recipes, today is your day. We are going to be making a chicken sorba. We're going to be making this for the first time, and we are multi-streaming. So come on in, whether you're watching on any of my channels. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. You can find me everywhere. But today is Foodie Fridays with Maggie on Food Talk TV. We have 244 likes. Let's see if we can get to 300. Okay, so we are ready to go. I'm going to get my cooktop here, and we're going to take this step by step because we're going to build up this stew, and then we're also going to let it simmer. And then while it's doing that, maybe I'll make some rice. I have some flatbread I've been wanting to try too. All right, come on in, everybody. We're over 300 likes. You can tap that screen if you like comfort food with a little bit more depth of flavor. All right, I'm excited about some of these spices. All right, so we've got our cooktop here, and I have this skillet. One, because the lid is see-through, so hopefully you all can see all the goodness that's happening. And then I tried to get one that's kind of like hers. It's big. It's got the handles on the side. All right, so the first thing that she has here, and this recipe, as well as all of my recipes, are on foodtalktv.com. All right, so we are going to be making this chicken shorba. All right, so come on in, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. We're over 600 likes. So she says that we need a neutral oil, and she likes to cover the bottom of the pan. This reminds me a lot of the African cooking that my mom does when they start by like frying the onions. Speaking of onions, y'all, we need to do that. But let me go ahead and put the oil in. I am using avocado oil. I've got about this much, so I wanted to use it all up until you use me up. So I'm just going to pour that in the pan. And whenever you see neutral oil on a recipe, first of all, I am not a chef. Do not listen to me, all right? We wing it over here. But you want to use an oil that doesn't have a very strong flavor on its own. You know how sometimes coconut oil is very coconutty? I love coconuts. Or olive oil, especially a really good one, can have like a strong like olive flavor. A neutral oil doesn't have that flavor. So like a vegetable oil, or I'm using this avocado oil because if you taste it, it gives you the oil, but it doesn't really have a very strong avocado taste. Thank you, Mark, for the love. All right, so I've poured enough to cover the bottom of the pan. I would probably say that's about a quarter cup. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put the top on it for now and move it away because we do need to start by sauteing the onion, all right? So she says 1 onion dice. So I placed a grocery order. We cook everything from scratch over here. Welcome to another struggle cooking class. You're with me on Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. Now, she used a red onion in her base. I had some white onion, but I am going to go ahead and use a red onion. Whenever I do a recipe for the first time, I like to do it exactly the way they did. All right, so I have this red onion here, and I'm going to get the cutting board and a knife, but I'm not going to dice it all the way. I'm going to use my little go-go gadget go and see if we can get some small pieces. So we're going to dice the whole thing. So let me go ahead and get a knife. And we're just going to take the outer layer of skin off, and then we're going to take the hair off, all right? I'm doing well, Valerie. Come on in, everybody. We got Jessica on YouTube. She's excited. You all are coming in. We're at 2,400 likes. Thank you so much, everyone. Come on in. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. Now, I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, because usually when I'm cooking for myself, I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes, all right? So this recipe is served over rice. We'll make some regular rice, but you could do cauliflower rice, maybe flatbread, whatever starch you like to eat this with. Or if you're low carb, or maybe trying to cut back on the starches or calories, you could do this as a soup instead of a stew. So you all let me know, are you team soup or team stew? There is a huge winter storm coming, and this recipe came up in my feed, and it was talking about something that's good for cold weather. So this is something that you could curl up and eat and enjoy. I'm probably team soup. I like the liquid. I like the broth. I think it's just good in your tummy. But for this recipe, I'm going to make it as a stew because I want to see it nice and chunky. We like it thick and we like it chunky. We're at 2,500 likes. Thank you so much, everybody. Come on in. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Let me wash my hands. We are making chicken shorba today. What is it? I don't know, and neither do you. But it looks good. It came up in my feed, so we're going to try it together. We're going to call it a Middle Eastern chicken stew. All right. So it's got tomato, it's got onion, and that's what we're doing right now. So for this recipe, you're going to need the cutting board and a knife. Trini likes it chunky too. I know, right? Let me go ahead and put the knife down. I'm going to put the damp paper towel underneath the cutting board just so it doesn't move on the countertop, especially when you're learning to cook, you know, knife skills. Don't listen to me. I'm not professionally trained. We mess up all the time over here, but this does work. It helps give you some stability on the counter. All right. Thank you so much for the badges, Yorkshirean. Thank you so much for coming in here. All right. So I'm just going to quarter this onion. This is 1 red onion. We need the whole onion for this recipe. And you could do more, I guess, if you wanted to. I'll just do big chunks, all right? Now, if you have really good knife skills, you could get in there and dice. Look, Why be regular when you can be extra? All right. So you all know I have my little manual chopper. Got this on Amazon. So I'm just going to put half of the onion in here and we're going to dice it up. Actually, let's put the whole thing in. I feel like I'm going to mess it up already. All right. So I just put the onion in there and it's got this manual blade. So you just want small enough pieces so that you can get it to go in this doohickey. Uh-oh. See, I told you. All right. So when you pull this blade, it's going to go from large chunks to a dice. All right. Come on in, everybody. We're at 3,700 likes. If you like comfort food, if you like a one-pot wonder that you could eat and reheat and curl up, serve the family, this could be the option for you. So you can see here, the ones at the bottom especially are nice and diced. So I'm good. The more that you pull, the more fine it gets. We'll just do like one more, shake it around. But this is a great way to get those onions and other things chopped up so it doesn't make you cry, all right? You used yours on the last live? You love the apron? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, make sure you all are subscribed. Food Talk TV has live cooking content every day of the week, multiple times a day, okay, with people that actually know what they're doing and cook and grill and do all kinds of things. I think every day except for Sunday, all right? So we have our diced red onion. So now we're going to go back to the pan. We're going to go ahead and start heating our oil, and then we're going to fry these onions in there, and then we'll see what else is needed. So come on in, everybody. We're at 4,700 likes. Today we are making a chicken shorba. I have no idea what it is, but it sounds fancy. And I like to do things that seem like I know what I'm doing, you know, make you feel fancy. But to me, it's going to be a chicken stew. Let me take a little bit of slack out of my, what is this, cooktop, so you all can see. All right. There we go. Come on in, everybody. Hello. Thank you, York Sheridan, for sending all of the gifts. Okay, so all we have in here is just a stainless steel pan. I'm going to turn this on medium, and then we're going to go medium low pretty quickly. And then we just put enough oil in the bottom. Let me go ahead and empty all of this. And I used avocado oil. Oh no, does this not work? Okay, hold on. We may have to change pans. Let me get another pan. Y'all know how the induction, sometimes it works. Okay, it won't work on this. Okay, hold the phone. Let me get another pan. Okay, I wanted to be all fancy because she had the two-handed one. We're gonna go with this one. And I'm just gonna transfer the oil over. Okay, so you didn't see that. We're gonna go here and we're gonna put all of our avocado oil in. All right. So again, come on in, everybody. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. We've already messed up. It's okay. That's what we do here. Struggle cooking. If we're not struggle cooking, what are we doing? All right. So we're going to let this heat up. While it's heating up, I'm going to show you all the video again for those of you all who just came in. And look, I'm going to go ahead and pour. It's actually pretty good. It covered the bottom. Okay. So let me show you all what we're making and I'll walk you through. So this is a chicken shorba. So we're going to make this chicken stew. She's serving hers over rice. So that is the goal. Neutral oil in the pan. And then once you get the oil heated up, then we're going to put our diced red onion in there and we're going to kind of saute our onions down. So this is where we are right now. Okay. So then after we do that, we're going to do this ginger and garlic paste. Now she had a paste that had ginger and garlic together. I couldn't get them together, so I got them separate, and we're gonna stir that in. You can use fresh ginger and fresh garlic if you've got it. We're gonna take the shortcut, all right? So once we get that all cooked up and sauteed and flavored together, then we're gonna start adding our spices. Uh-oh, did I lose my overhead camera, y'all? 1 second. So we're waiting for, oh, I'm seeing it move. I got my overhead view. I know, yummy, exactly. Exactly. I'm very excited. All right. I can tell that it's starting to get hot, so we're going to go ahead and put the red onion in here. Let me just go ahead and get my overhead camera straightened out. We are multi-streaming. You all can find me on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. But today we are on Fttv. Make sure you are subscribed. Let me turn the oil down. Make sure you're subscribed. Okay, there we go. Here we are, y'all. It's always something. Okay, focus, Maggie. All right, so let's go ahead and put our red onions in here, the red onions that we just diced. I had this on a medium. I've turned it down to a low because this cooktop gets hot. All right. So she used a wooden spoon, doohickey, so I'm going to use a wooden spoon, doohickey. I know I'm reaching into the oil, but I had the little stem part. I wanted to get that out. Okay, come on in, everybody. So we're gonna fry this onion. This is one red onion and probably about a quarter cup of oil. All right. So while we're doing this, we're just gonna let the onions kind of fry down. I like them fried and kind of, you know, with a lot of character. You might like yours a little bit golden brown. So we'll let it do its thing. And then we're gonna get out the spices. Now the spices is what really excited me about this recipe. All right, so this is gonna be our Middle Eastern cuisine, because, or Indian, whatever. I don't know, y'all. I'm just excited because it has some spices that I've had in my pantry that I haven't used. We got Wanna Be Natural in the house. Come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. Yes, tap the screen, y'all. We're at 8,400 likes. If you like food, then make sure you're subscribed to Fttv. Okay, so after these brown, we're gonna do the garlic and ginger paste. So let me show you all what I have. Okay, so she had a jar that kind of looked like this, but mine is just garlic paste, and you can make your own. You can actually dice or blend or puree your own garlic with water. I think that's all this is. And then I have this one here, the ginger paste. So we're gonna squeeze both. In her recipe, she has 3 tablespoons of garlic and ginger paste. So I'm gonna do about half and half, all right? So come on in, everybody. We're just frying up some onions, the base and the beginning of a very good stew. I have this on a medium low because it can burn pretty quickly, but we're gonna get our stew together and then we'll cut up some chicken. She used boneless, skinless chicken breast. I have some chicken thighs and some chicken drumstick. I placed an order, y'all. They were out of chicken breast, all right? We got a big storm coming. So come on in, make sure you're subscribed. We're at 9,500 likes. Thank you all so much for being here. Okay, so let me get a tablespoon measure, and I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit. I wanna see a little bit of color on these onions. They're still very opaque, if you will. And then we're gonna put some spices in there. All right, so she says total 3 tablespoons. And then once that's in there, she has, I'm just moving a little bit forward on the recipe while we're waiting on this to brown. And then she has a whole bunch, let me see. Let me show y'all what we're doing. Uh-oh. Okay, so we've got the oil, we got the onion. This is where we are. Looks good so far. Uh-huh. I'm gonna see at what point she puts her paste in. Looks like she's ready to put it in now. They're not all the way brown. So let's go ahead and put in our garlic and ginger paste. And then we're gonna stir that in there. So we have onions with garlic and ginger. Get it all. I bet you it's gonna smell so good. And this is another reason why you want a neutral oil. Okay, I would avoid the coconut oil on this one. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I think after this, once it browns a little bit, then we'll go in with the dry spices. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna start with the garlic paste. So I'm just gonna go in with I'm gonna do like a heaping tablespoon. And in the video, she says, kind of let it come to temperature, because if you go straight from the cold fridge paste and start putting it in the oil, it'll splatter. You all know cold water and oil does not mix. We have a ginger paste, and I'm gonna do the same amount, a heaping tablespoon. All right. Or you can get, she said, from the Indian grocery store, ginger and garlic together. Oh my gosh, y'all, when that ginger hits the heat, it smells like a Thai spice already. It smells so good. I am so excited. It doesn't take much for me. Okay, so we're gonna let this just come to temperature, and then I'm gonna talk you all through the spices that we're gonna put in next. After we stir this up, then she has coriander. Y'all, I have had this in my pantry forever. I have never used it. I have this one coriander seed. So we'll see if this is the same thing. We're gonna go in with coriander and then cumin. Cumin is very popular in Latin dishes. It has like a nice depth of flavor, like a nice bottom to it. We're gonna do that. And then she has red chili. I don't know what red chili is. I got chili powder. I don't think it's the same thing. Is it chili flake? Let me know, y'all. What's red chili? And then turmeric. I've had turmeric for a long time, never used that, so I'm excited to use that. Salt, pepper, and then water as needed. All right, I think we're good. Oh yeah. So we're frying up our onions in the garlic, ginger paste. We're getting some nice color in here. It smells delightful. And the hot oil and spices, there's nothing better. And our onions are starting to brown. I'll show you all. And I'm gonna go ahead and let the spices come together so you all can see. I wish you could smell it. You use the same ginger? Yeah, it does. It smells delightful. Okay, so now let's go in with our spices. Let me just watch how she does it. Y'all know I mess up. All right.
And then I'll saute it in until it no longer smells raw. Then I'll start adding my spices. What I love about this dish is that you can make this with spices and ingredients that you probably already have in your fridge.
All right, we're just gonna go directly in with the spices, so I didn't miss anything. We're gonna get the measurements. Come on in, Bria. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome. We're gonna go in with our dry spices. So I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit, and then we wanna get it to be kind of like that paste, all right? So far we have oil, we have a red onion, we have garlic paste, and we have ginger paste, and it smells really good. All right, so a tablespoon of coriander, and I think coriander is it coriander? Cilantro, but this says coriander seed. So we're gonna go in with the tablespoon. All right. So that's that. Come on in. Thank you, Dinner with the Merds. Thank you so much for being here. So heavy with the spices. I'm not afraid of it. Coriander, and then a half tablespoon of cumin. All right. So we'll do, oh my gosh, y'all. This smells like, you know that side of town that has like the authentic food? That's what it smells like. So we're going in with the cumin. We all have one. Oh my gosh. All right, so I don't know what red chili is. I got chili powder. Come on in, everybody. We're at 15,000 likes. How much chili? 1 teaspoon. Okay, let me get a teaspoon. Y'all know the first time I do a recipe, I always like to do it exactly like they do it, and then you can doctor it up. But she says you could use whatever spices you have. So we use chili powder, and then a half teaspoon of turmeric. She didn't say the garam masala. She doesn't have that on here. We got to put that in here. We'll do like a full tablespoon of that. Turmeric, where are you? Okay, turmeric is another half teaspoon. That's gonna give it a beautiful color. Y'all look at me. I look like the Silk Road already. Turmeric, and then half teaspoon of salt and pepper. We can do salt and pepper. And we're gonna go in with a tablespoon of the garam masala. Half teaspoon of salt. And then let's get the pepper. Y'all know how sometimes it's like you make a recipe, you see these reels, and it's like, oh, I can do that. And then you try, and it's like, why did mine come out that way? All right, salt, pepper, and then the piece de resistance. Thank you, Bishop, for the roses. Thank you so much. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. Look, y'all, we've never used this before. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, and today we are making a chicken shorba. What is it? I don't know, and neither do you. But I'm putting a whole tablespoon of garam masala in there. All right, so we're gonna stir it up, and we're gonna give it a taste. Y'all, it smells like the best like lamb curry already. All right, oh my gosh. So all of these spices are gonna absorb in that oil. We're gonna get a nice paste. And if I had some goat meat, where are my Caribbeans at? Oh my gosh, y'all, this smells so good. If you like Indian food, if you like Middle Eastern food, Lebanese food, Israeli food, am I an expert in any of it? No. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But in my mind, I'm imagining myself there, and this is what it would smell like. All right? So we're going to give this a taste. So we're good. So we've got a beautiful paste here. It smells so earthy and rich, and it smells so good. So let me give it a taste. My mom taught me taste your food as you go, as long as there's nothing raw in here. It's going to be heavily spiced, but I just want to see the balance of everything. Oh my gosh. Delightful. Very intense, but it's supposed to be. Okay, so I'm just going to move that behind me. And I think next in the recipe, let's see what she does next, y'all. I don't know if we do the tomatoes or we do the chicken. I think we're going to put the chicken in there. So we put all of the ingredients in there. We had the, oh, the green chilies go in. All right, so I couldn't find a real green chili. I know, y'all. This is so janky. I'm going to turn this all the way down. So I got these. I know it's not the fresh one, but I do have a fresh jalapeno. Is that the same thing as a chili? Somebody tell me. You know I don't know. I have some struggle jalapenos, but something tells me chilies are different. So if you have a fresh chili, chop it up and put it in there. I'm going to open up this can. It's not the same. Okay, thank you, Rick. Oh, thank you. Yes, Food Talk TV. Bria, let me know. Is it backwards? It's backwards for me, but let me know if y'all can read this. I never know if y'all see me the right way or if it's backwards. Okay, so I wish I had fresh. This is not fresh. They're very different. Okay, let's give these a taste. I did want a fresh one, but I'm gonna give these chilies a taste, and then we're gonna put some in here. Oh yeah. Ooh, it's kind of a different. It tastes to me like a spicy okra slash pickle slash, I don't know, something else. All right, so let's put some in there. I don't know how much. Let's just put like that much. All right. You know, with these stews, you can really make them your own. I wish I had the bright green whole chili. Okay. So now I think we're going to put the chicken in. Let's see what comes next. I'm just turning this down on low so it doesn't burn. All right, so we did our oil. We did all of our spices. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. We did all of our spices, garam masala, turmeric. We did salt. We did pepper. We did cumin. All kind of really like intense flavors. All right, so this is not for the weak. Salt and pepper, but it's delightful. I can see why you would have this with the rice. Okay, so we just did our fake chilies. Our stew is looking pretty good. All right, now we're gonna go in with the chicken. So she says you can do, I'm gonna go ahead and cover this, you all, but just so you all can see our paste so far, I think it looks really, really good. We're at 23,000 likes. Thank you all so much. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. We are making a chicken shorba today. What is it? I don't know. It sounds fancy, and I was feeling fancy. All right, so I have some chicken drumsticks and some chicken thighs. Let's see if we can cut up the chicken thighs really quick. 1 second. Let me move all that over there. I'm going to get a different cutting board. All right, let me just open this over the sink. Get the knife. Come on in, everybody. Make sure you're tapping the screen if you like this so far. We're winging it. Another struggle cooking class. All right. So I am going to get a little colander. You love the way I say garam masala? Thank you. Yorkshire Indian. Oh, you're really Indian. Oh my goodness. Then please tell us about this dish because I am just winging it. It came up in my feed and I said, let's make this. I love Indian food and I love it. Okay, focus, Maggie. Okay. I feel already like validated. All right. Thank you so much. I think you're another cooker on Food Talk TV. Okay, focus. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to put our chicken thighs in here. If this is your first time on Food Talk TV, yes, make sure you all follow. Come on, everybody. Hold on. Let's get this chicken out. I'm just pulling it out of the pack, and I'm going to put it in the sink so we can rinse it. All right. And then we're just going to dice it up, and we're going to add it to our stew. So this is boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Okay. The recipe on the TikTok was chicken breast. You could also do bone-in chicken, whatever you like. So we're just gonna do like a rough cut and we're gonna add it in there. Oh, how much? I don't know, hold on. The recipe calls for 1.5 pounds. Let me look at the package in the trash, y'all. Y'all know I'm always messing up. Hold on. This was, okay, 1.3 pounds, so we're good. So let's just put this here. And we're just gonna put our chicken thighs on here. I'm just gonna kind of blot them dry. I love it when people who know what they're doing are watching, because you all can correct me. Because I get excited. I'm not a real chef. I just play one on the internet, but I do enjoy it. All right. So come on in, everybody. We're gonna cut this. Let's blot this, and then we're going to add these chicken thighs into our stew, our garam masala. Maddie. No, I don't. Y'all are so funny. Oh, okay. But I am spoken for. Thank you for asking. Come on in, everybody. Let's stay focused. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. We are making chicken shorba today. And we are up to the step where we need to add our chicken into the shorba. Okay. So we're just gonna do like some big chunky cuts. Just like, I don't know, like stew size. You know, you could go smaller than that if you want to, but we're just gonna do like a rough cut. All right, so each chicken thigh, I'm gonna cut it like into thirds, and then we'll cut it into half. So like 6 pieces per thigh. We'll just go with that, all right? I'm not a butcher. You're having chili cheese fries? Hey, Adelinda. Come on in, everybody. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. We're having another struggle cooking class. But today we are making chicken shorba. Or is it chicken shorba? I wanna feel fancy, like I know what I'm doing, and y'all know I don't. All right, almost done. You could also buy your chicken meat already cut up. If you have more time than money, cut it yourself. If you have more money than time, buy it already cut up. Okay, I think we're good here. Let's put that in the sink. Let's wash hands, and we're gonna add this to our stew. But before we do, I'm gonna watch the video one more time because y'all know I mess up. All the time I'm messing up. Okay, come on in, everybody. So we had our onions and oil frying. We added our ginger paste and our garlic paste. Then we added all these wonderful spices. I know I should have been doing the meal prep. I know. But when I saw this recipe, she said this is good for cold weather. I was like, hello. All right, we added the fake green chilies because I couldn't get a fresh one. Okay, now we're going to add, she's using boneless, skinless chicken breast. I have chicken thighs. We're going to add that to our shorba. And we're just gonna stir it up. And then we need to add some tomato paste. Okay, hold on, hold the phone. I'm not ready yet. Okay, so we have, if I could tell you, hello, Erin Laura. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Cynthia. If I could tell you how good this smells. Look at that, y'all. Don't you wanna get a roti or a something, a biscuit? I'm in the South. A biscuit or something, stop that up. You know you want some. Okay, focus, Maggie. We're gonna turn this back up to medium. I turned it low because I'm slow. Thank you, Yorkshire Indian. Keep me focused, all right? So this is about 1.5 pounds of chicken thighs. All right, so we're gonna add this into our stew. It's got turmeric, it's got garam masala, it's got cumin, it's got all kind of good stuff. All right. Raw meat in the sink, And we're just gonna stir this into the paste and let it, y'all look at the color already. It's just picking up. I'm about to open up a roti stand. I hope I'm not offending anybody, but that's all it takes over here. One time in a row. Let me make something good. Then I'm gonna be telling y'all, oh yeah, I make that all the time. Come on in, everybody. Make sure you're subscribed to Foodie Fridays with Maggie on Food Talk TV. Okay, so we've got it nice and coated with all the seasonings, and we tasted it before we added the raw chicken. So I'm just gonna kind of spread the chicken out so it can get contact with the pan, and I'm just gonna let it kind of cook, scrape that goodness. We want all that in the pan. Okay, and then while this is doing its thing, all right, so there's your chicken in there. Oh, sorry, y'all. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? I know it's raw. It ain't ready yet. Okay, focus. So we're gonna push that back, let it do its thing. All right, now we need 3 tomatoes pureed. Okay, so I got 3 Roma tomatoes. Something tells me that's wrong already. I probably should have got those big fat slicing tomatoes. Okay, we can do something else. Hold the phone. Now look. I also have these. Should we add these to the tomatoes? All right. So the recipe calls for 3 tomatoes, but it doesn't tell you what type of tomato, okay? So Yorkshire Indian, let me know if I can go with 3 Roma tomatoes. I'm going to rinse these off, and we're just gonna put them in the blender food processor. This is gonna give us that stew consistency. Excuse me. And if it's not enough, I know, add more tomatoes. That's what I'm thinking. All right, let's take the top off. Hold up. This reminds me of African cooking. I was born in Ghana, and my mom does a lot of purees. A lot of cooking in Ghana and other countries, they don't use the dry spices. They use the fresh ingredients, and they puree them down to a paste. Yorkshire Indian says I'm fine. He's the expert, all right? Thank you. So we have 3 Roma tomatoes. Let's rinse these off. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm just going to, I should probably like cut them in half or something, right? Something says don't put the whole thing in there. Maybe you can, I don't know. Get a clean knife, not the chicken knife. And I'm just gonna I cut them in half. And we're gonna put these in the food processor or blender or whatever. And then we'll just put like enough water. This is my recipe. All right. We'll figure it out together, y'all. Okay. Put enough in there so that it, you know how you don't want to blend dry? You want to put some liquid in there. So we got 3 tomatoes. And I'm going to do a splash, like that much water just so the blades can move. Okay, focus. So we're going to put the top on here. And then, where's the blending mechanism? Hold up. All right. We're going to get the actual blender. Y'all, when I tell you this tastes so good, thank you all for tapping the screen. We're at 3,500 likes. Come on in, everybody. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. This is yet another struggle cooking class. We are making chicken shorba. I think I'm going to turn this chicken over. Does she cover it? She hasn't covered it yet. All right, let's blend these tomatoes. Hold on, I'm gonna move that over to the side. I get really confused easily, but it all comes together in the end. How? I don't know. All right, let's blend these tomatoes. Come on in, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. We're at 37,000 likes. All right, mine actually looks like hers. I'm so excited, and I just can't fight it. All right, so we have our pureed tomato. I'm just gonna taste like tomato water. You could probably drink it. Okay, so let's go back to the instructions. Stay on task. Oh, hold up. Stay on task, Maggie. All right, so we added all of our spices. It's delightful. We have garam masala, we have turmeric, we have cumin, we have salt, we have pepper, we have all kind of good stuff going on in here. It smells incredible. So I'm just watching what she's doing. We added this to the oil and the red onion. And honestly, just use what you have. I use chili powder and canned chilies because I couldn't get a fresh one. All right. So then we added our chicken. She used chicken breasts. We used chicken thighs because that's what I could get. Everything sold out. We got the hunker down storm. All right. Oh, she coated her chicken and turned it around. And we're going to add the tomato paste in there, a little water if we need to, stir it. And then I think we're going to cover and let it cook. Okay, perfect. All right, y'all. So we're almost at a good stopping point. Okay, focus. So I'm just going to stir the chicken because we want to make sure we've gotten that nice flavor and browning on everything. Oh my God, I know it's raw, and I'm not gonna serve it to you. But look at that. Look at that. Come on, somebody. You know you want some. You know you want some. Sop that up with some rice, a biscuit, flatbread, a roti. Okay, focus. I get excited. One time in a row. I'm a professional. All right, so come on in, everybody. Welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. We are making chicken shorba. So we stirred it around. We got a nice little accidental sear. I'm winning. Thank you, Mr. Yorkshire Indian. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm just turning the pieces over that are like really undone to the bottom so that they can have more contact with the pan. All right, y'all. I really look like I know what I'm doing. I do not. And neither do you. Okay, maybe Yorkshire Indian knows what we're doing. We're making chicken shorba. All right, so this is what we have. Hi, sweet pea. Come on in. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep tilting this. Okay, now she added in the pureed tomatoes. So I'm going to take the blade out. This is just 3 tomatoes with a little bit of water. And she poured the whole thing in there. And then she added a little bit of water. I don't know if I want to add water. I want mine thick and chunky. So I'm just going to go with this. Does she stir it up? Let me see if she stirs it. And then, yeah, probably does. And then we'll cover it. And then we'll see what else we can do. So we added, y'all, it looks exactly the same. All right, we're going to stir it. Perfect. Okay, and cover it. And then it's supposed to cook for like 20 minutes. So we got to figure out something to do. All right, I'm gonna turn this back up to like a medium low. I had it on low. But we want that tomato, we want everything to come together. Come together in the shorba right now. I know you didn't ask for that, but you got it anyway, okay? So we're gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna put the top on it. Let me just clean off the sides. Y'all, this smells good. It smells so good. Okay, we're just gonna let it percolate over here. Now, it says let it cook for like 20 minutes. So in this 20 minutes, I'm gonna make a little bit of rice. We're gonna clean up, and I got some struggle flatbread that I bought a long time ago. I don't know if it's still good, but we're gonna try. No more water. Thank you, Grana. I appreciate it. AJ says, when do y'all go live? I'm live with y'all. This is 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. Bria says it's delicious. Thank you so much, sweetheart. But there's live cooking content every day of the week, multiple times a day. I think people go before me, after me, every day. So just make sure you're subscribed. Foodtalktv.com. Make sure that doesn't contact the cord. Foodtalktv.com. The schedule is also on foodtalktv.com as well as the recipe, but I'm with you all on Fridays, all right? So let's go ahead and get the rice going, and then I'll show you all the video from beginning to end because we got some time to kill while this is simmering and coming together. I am so excited. Mom says clean as you go. So we're just gonna rinse everything down so it's not stuck on you. I got a mess in the kitchen and I don't want the cleaning blues. Cause you're not coming over here to clean up after me. I'm old, y'all. Just let me be. All right. So we're just giving everything a little rinse, and then we're gonna get the rice cooker out. And I'm gonna do a really small portion of just white rice. Do I even have rice? Hold the phone, y'all. See, this is what I do. I get excited, I find one ingredient, and then I think I can make something. Let's see if we even have rice. I don't know. Oh my God. Hold up. Hold the phone. Yes. Okay. Woo! I was worried. We got some. Okay. Now. Oh. Okay. All right. Whew. That would have been bad. Son, do I have jasmine rice? Ask and ye shall receive. Oh yeah, I'm not Indian, but I'm African and it's close geographically, kind of. Okay, what I really need is basmati rice. Do I have that? No. Sorry, but I also had some rice cauliflower. If you got to get the weight off like me, rice cauliflower. But y'all know real Indian food. Like I'm telling myself, I'm making real Indian food. Do not ask me. We made this thing one time in a row. I am a professional. Okay. We're gonna make some rice. So I'm just gonna do a small portion. Let me get my rice cooker. Focus, Maggie. Mom says 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of liquid. Wanda says you love basmati rice. Yeah, that long grain rice is beautiful. It cooks up so nicely. But jasmine rice, in all seriousness, like we like this, I think because it has, is it a flavor or a fragrance? I don't know, but we like it. Okay, for like jollof rice. Every culture has some type of like rice dish, right? Whether it's like rice and beans or Mexican rice or rice and peas or, you know, jollof rice. Okay, focus. Where's the rice cooker? Hold up. Hold the phone. Okay. So we are going to get 1 cup of rice. I really just want to do a half cup because I don't want it to take too long. Can we do a half cup? Something tells me like I don't want it to burn. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me just use this knife. All right. So we have some jasmine rice here. So this is going to be a good cold weather recipe since we're all hunkering down. So we got our struggle 1 cup measure. So I'll go ahead and do a cup. I'll find somebody will eat it. And we'll do a cauliflower rice too. Okay, let's go ahead and wash it. I know y'all, some of y'all are already having an anxiety attack. Okay, go ahead and rinse this off in the sink. Some people wash their rice, some people don't. I am not the food police. Do whatever works for you. All right. All right. So we're gonna add our washed rice to the rice cooker. And then we're just gonna do 2 cups of water. So I'm gonna get my 1 cup measure. And I'm just gonna do 2 cups of sink water, tap water. If you have, you know, wonderful jar water, you can use that too. And then I'm gonna add some salt. And then if you want to, you could add a little bit of butter or something, but yeah. Okay, salt. Add a little salt. Y'all, I am so excited about this stew. I cannot tell you how happy I am. So, like, that much. And then I'm just gonna give it a stir and give it a taste. My mom said, don't give anybody anything you haven't tasted, okay? As long as it's not raw. And I'm just gonna taste the water for like saltiness so you can kind of get a sense of the water that your rice is gonna cook in. Fine. You could do a little more if you wanted to, but I think it's fine. All right, so let me move this off to the side and then I'll show you all what we're making today. But let's go ahead and turn the struggle rice cooker on. Let me move the handle. Our stew or chicken shorba is doing its thing. It smells heavenly. Welcome to Maggie's Tandoori Kitchen. One time in a row, y'all. You're trying to make a diabetic bread. Woo! Make some for me. I'm not diabetic, but you know, look, sometimes we all gotta cut back. Okay, so if you just came in here, this is what we're making.
Florida, and what better than a warm bowl of chicken shorba on days like this? So for this recipe, you do need a decent amount of oil in your
So we started with avocado oil and then a whole red onion we diced. And we fried that diced onion in the oil. All right, so we got it nice and like translucent. Then we added ginger paste and garlic paste. Once that hit the hot oil, it smelled so, so good. We stirred that in with the fried onions. Come on in, y'all. We're at 47,000 likes. Thank you for tapping. We stirred that in, got it all nice and incorporated. It was delightful already. Maggie Tandoori Kitchen, I know y'all. Don't encourage me. We'll be here all night. I do have cauliflower rice. We'll try that too. I don't think we'll like it, but we'll try it. So we added lots of spices, garam masala. Then we added coriander. Then we added, what is that? What is that stuff? Cumin, turmeric, salt, pepper. Very heavy on the spices. Not hot spice, but flavor spice. And coming together in the oil with the garlic and ginger, it smells like your favorite Indian restaurant. All right. Then she added in boneless, skinless chicken breast. I didn't have chicken breast, so I did boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You can also do chicken on the bone. So if you had drumsticks, you just put it in, stir it in with the paste. And then this right here was 3 tomatoes, just pureed. I put a splash of water in there just to make that like pinkish paste. Oh, hold up. And then we're letting it simmer for like 20 minutes. While it's simmering, we're making some rice, and I'm going to try and make some struggle flatbread. All right. And then once it's done simmering, make sure your meat is tender, stir it, and then you're going to top it with fresh cilantro. Y'all, I can already taste it in my mind. That fresh cilantro on top of all that Indian spice. Come on now. Okay, so that's what we're making. Okay, so focus. So I'm going to clean up a little bit, and then we need to cut up the cilantro. I should probably go ahead and do that first because y'all know how I forget stuff, okay? We'll cut up the cilantro and have that off to the side, and then we're going to decorate our pan with that. All right, so let's just move the rice so it doesn't knock over and put everything else over here. I wish I had gotten like a real chili. I hate that I got the canned one. I should have ordered from the Indian grocery store. Everything that I ordered just came from Walmart. Sometimes if your grocery store has a good like Indian or Asian section, you may be able to get some of those other ingredients. But, you know, a lot of times you can get these ingredients from the Indian grocery store. And speaking of the Indian grocery store, I have my Indian butter. I think we should put that in the rice. You want to make it now? I have my Indian butter. If our Indian brothers and sisters are still with us, I bought this. This is like cow and buffalo milk butter. I feel like I should put a little bit of this in the rice just to kind of fluff it up. Thank you for all of the gifts, the Yorkshire Indian. So this one is Amul. But what, hold up, sorry. In all seriousness, focus, Maggie. I'm your substitute teacher because I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. And for me, when I say dairy-free, I have to avoid cow dairy. I know y'all always knocking stuff over. It's a disaster. I told you, it's a struggle cooking class. I do not know why you keep coming back. Y'all know over here, nothing ever happens according to plan. You know those cooking shows where everything is planned and organized? This is not that. So you keep coming back. You have signed, you have given consent, okay? You know what it is. We had the wrong pan. We had struggle tomatoes, struggle chilies. What was I talking about? Oh, yes. Sugar-free, dairy-free, and gluten-free. So I love dairy. It just doesn't love me back. It's a one-sided relationship. When I eat a lot of dairy, I get very congested, like I have a cold. It's just not pretty. If you can have dairy, have some for me. So I can have like goat's milk, sheep's milk, buffalo milk. That's why I got this buffalo butter. And look at it, y'all. It's like this beautiful, like golden color. It's real butter, but it's just made from buffalo milk with a blend of cow. So we'll add some of this to the rice just to get a little buttered rice. Welcome to Maggie's Tandoori Kitchen. Okay, you didn't know what you were tuning into today, but we are making a chicken shorba. Apparently it's Indian. It's Indian today. If you're in the subcontinent and you have had this food and it's native to your country, today we're making the tandoori, Maggie tandoori version. Okay, focus. So let's cut up some cilantro. Let's move this. And we'll cut up the cilantro because that's gonna go on top. Okay, just making sure I turned on the rice cooker. You've never heard of buffalo butter? Yeah, if you want to screenshot it, you absolutely can. You can get buffalo butter. You can get goat's milk butter at Whole Foods. Just sharing with you all on my journey some of the substitutes I've had to make as your substitute teacher, okay? So, and the reason I went through all of that is because I ordered that from the Indian grocery store, okay? I couldn't get that at my regular grocery store, so. Okay, last thing that's gonna go on this stew. And then we have some struggle flatbread. If you have, like, okay, if you're making a real roti or something like that, like, we can't do that today. You get one recipe in a row, one recipe per stream for me, okay? Don't push it. We got one thing on the menu today. We got chicken shorba, and that's it. You can get it plain, or you can get it with rice, okay? You can get with this, or you can get with that. That's all I got. So now we have some cilantro. I love this stuff. I could put it on everything. If you're one of those people that doesn't like cilantro or it doesn't taste good to you, I am so sorry. You are missing out on, when we cut into this or break into this, it's gonna smell so good. Look how beautiful and green it is. I know, that buffalo butter. Let me show you the comparison. I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what. Hold on, y'all. We got time today. Where's my? Oh. Hold on. Let me get it from the other fridge. All right, here it comes. So, you never know what y'all are gonna learn over here. So this is our Sam's Club. This is our Members Mark butter, and you can see the buffalo butter. It's the same like size, but this is 4 sticks. Oh, see, y'all gotta warn me before you send coins and stuff. Look, I'm a woman of a particular age. You can't be making it rain. You gotta warn me first, okay? Now this buffalo butter is one massive brick. So I guess you would have to like cut it into quarters. But look at regular butter. It kind of reminds me of like, you know, Kerrygold. It's like Kerry Dairy Gold. Cass is laughing at me. Okay, look y'all, regular butter, buffalo butter. So this is like super Kerry Dairy Gold. Look, made in India. I told you, welcome to Maggie's Tandoori Kitchen, where we only cook with authentic ingredients. Never mind the old El Paso chilies, okay? That was a fluke. But here, we source the freshest ingredients from the finest places. And yes, because only the best for, thank you for the chilies. Okay, focus, Maggie. We gotta cut up this cilantro. All right, so, and then we're gonna try our struggle flatbread. Okay, it doesn't have an amount. I'm just gonna do like a nice handful. So I am going to get this cilantro. I love this stuff. If I could garden stuff without terrorizing it, I would. So we have some fresh cilantro. Cat Dog says, can you imagine milking a buffalo? I cannot. Can I imagine milking a cow? I cannot. That's why we have the great people at the dairy farm to do it for us. I just had a visual of that. That's not really the image that I want to think about right now. Okay, so let's get our cilantro. We're gonna Just twist it and I had a moment. Fresh cilantro is so good. I'm just going to rinse this in my hand. Oh my gosh. See, everybody was doing all well, and then here you come with the show and tell that didn't nobody ask for. All right. We need you to focus on the struggle cooking class. Nobody's trying to milk a buffalo. Tell you, y'all, just struggle cooking class, struggle cooking students. We need a knife. Okay. So we're waiting for our rice to do its thing, and we're just gonna chop up this cilantro, and then we're gonna put this over the top of our chicken shorba, our Indian chicken stew. And then we'll plate it with some jasmine rice. We'll make some cauliflower rice on the side. And I'm gonna try my struggle flatbread. Y'all, this is gonna be so good. Once these fresh herbs hit that, like these bright herbs hit that, like garam masala and cumin and coriander, and what else was in there? All that good stuff. Oh my gosh, y'all, this smells so good. Okay, I just wanted to get this done and have it off to the side. We're just letting our stew do its thing and our rice do its thing. Okay, I am so excited. Farms are educational. Okay, why don't you go and come back and tell us how it went? All right, come on everybody, we're at 56,000 likes. Welcome. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. We just have some fresh cilantro here to go on top of our chicken shorba. This looks beautiful and it smells amazing. Thank you, Nona, for the hearts. Yorkshire Indian says, I love the way you say garam masala. Say it again. Do not get me started. Okay, you did it. Let me tell y'all a little story time here. So I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, but in the real world, I work in tech. And so obviously I have a lot of friends from India. So I'm a real one. And the boys are 16 and 18 now. I hope I don't offend anybody, but you brought it up. So here we go. Garam masala story time. So when we were expecting our first and I was going off on maternity leave, some of my friends gave me some Bollywood movies to watch on maternity leave because they're like 3.5 hours long. You need an intermission. There's a whole musical. It's wonderful. They're so over the top, just like me. Y'all know, why be regular when you can be extra? So I went off on maternity leave and I came back and I watched so many Indian movies. I thought I didn't know if I had a love marriage or an arranged marriage. I was just so happy. So ever since then, I would go to the Indian festivals. Of course, I love Indian food. I have Indian friends. And one of my dreams was to go to an Indian wedding. And I had a friend of mine whose daughter was having a mehendi. And I flew out to Australia. This is so much more than you asked for. She had a sari made for me, the bracelets. I'm telling you, I came back. You couldn't tell me anything. Welcome to Maggie's Tandoori Kitchen. When I tell you Indian food, yes, I am there. And this smells like your favorite Indian restaurant. Okay, that was a lot. Last thing we're gonna do, we're waiting for our rice to do its thing. I have some flatbread. So yes, we love Indian movies. I'm watching one right now. Okay, focus. Okay. This is not Indian, but I have some cassava flatbread. I want to try. It could be totally like, I don't even know if it's still good anymore. I have a bad feeling. I got a feeling. I'm going to put our cilantro behind us. I'm going to put our cilantro behind us so I don't knock it over, because y'all know I'll mess it up. Okay. In my mind, what I should have ordered, like a nice piece of flatbread that we could tear and pinch our stew and eat it authentically. We're going to put some rice on there. But I got to give you all some kind of substitute. If I had some naan, I should have ordered some naan and put the buffalo butter on the side, slather it with the buffalo butter. You have not lived until you have had Katie says she loved when I talk to myself. Yeah, I go off on a tangent and then I'm like, what are we doing again? Okay, focus, Maggie. You haven't lived until you've had hot buttered naan. Oh, so good. Okay, this is, we source authentic ingredients at Maggie's Tandoori Kitchen. So we went all the way to Dominican Republic to get this flatbread. Y'all, is it even still good? I don't think it's still good. I bought this because, y'all, it's so bad. I bought this for a recipe. It was supposed to be something. I wanted to put it in the pan like a tortilla. Oh, shucks. And it's like it was supposed to puff up, but I didn't make it. And yeah, I think this is no good. Oh man, if I had some naan. Do I have a tortilla? Let me check and see. But what I was trying to show you all is this is a cassava. If you wanted to avoid flour, this was a cassava flatbread. But I know all the ingredients in your house and pantry are fresh. You love it when other cultures invite you over. Yeah, I feel like eating other food is the food at that Indian wedding. Those aunties and grandma were putting it down. I had rice with almonds. If I showed y'all the pictures, let me know if you want to see the picture of Maggie in the sari. Whew. All right, no good. Ah, shucks. All right, our rice is coming together. Oh man, I'm craving some naan. Okay, let's let this. Oh, it's been 20 minutes. We're gonna give this a stir. I think I'm gonna go check in the other fridge. Let me just see if I have anything tortilla-like. But I think that's a fail. It's okay, we have the rice. We got spring roll wrappers. That's not authentic. Oh, that's okay. All right, so I think we're going to give this a stir, and then we will top it with the cilantro. She said check and make sure your chicken is tender. All right. So this is the goal. We just have to add our cilantro on there. So if you're just coming in, welcome. Uh-oh, hold up. That's oh, thank you all so much for the gifts. Thank you, Yorkshire Indian. Okay, so this is the goal. This is what we're making. So this is the chicken shorba. You see she's serving it over rice. We started with avocado oil. Excuse me, once we let that heat up, then we added a whole diced red onion. I know it happens. I was just like, oh, some flatbread on the side with the buffalo butter, but I'm gonna put some buffalo butter on the rice. Then we put garlic paste and ginger paste in with the green onion, red onion. We stirred it up, stir it up. Thank you so much, Norma, for all the gifts. Oh my gosh, y'all, we're at almost 60,000 likes. Y'all like the Struggle Cooking Show. Come on in. Welcome to Maggie's Tandoori Kitchen. We got one item on the menu today. It's chicken shorba, and you're gonna love it. All right. So we stirred our garlic paste and our ginger paste in with our red onion and oil. Then we went heavy with the Indian spices, garam masala. Then we added turmeric. We added coriander. We added salt, pepper. We added cumin. Very flavorful. As soon as these spices hit the oil, it smelled like your favorite Indian restaurant. Bring on the curry goat. Bring on the paneer. Bring it all. Bring it all. The dosa. Bring everything. Okay, our rice is doing its thing. Oh, focus. I lost place. Okay, then we started our dry spices in, and then we added our chicken. We use boneless, skinless chicken breast. Do I think the buffalo butter tastes similar to cow butter? It does. I'm not going to say it's gamey, but it's got a little bit of a taste to it. Let me see how I can explain it. Then we added some pureed tomatoes and put the top on it, stirred it up. So we're at this point. She said 20 minutes. It's been over 20 minutes now. We're going to take the lid off, and then we're going to stir, make sure our chicken is tender and cooked well, because it's been in here. And then we're going to top it with some fresh cilantro. And then if you saw from the beginning, she served this with rice. You can make this as a soup, or you can make it as a stew. And we're doing more of the chunky stew version. Because if you see from the very beginning, she has a bowl and she puts white rice. We have jasmine rice. And then we're going to put the stew on the side. Okay. But yeah, you asked about the buffalo butter. It tastes, let me taste it for you. You know how there's like cream cheese and then there's like goat's cheese? Some of it's really funky and some of it's kind of mild. To me, it just tastes like butter. This one is, oh, I was like, where's the salt? This one is unsalted. It really does, it doesn't taste gamey or really overpowerful at all. Actually, it doesn't. All right, y'all, this looks really good. Let's give it a stir. And we accidentally seared some chicken. So we have a nice little browning on there. Woo! Hold on, we got some extra flavor in your ear. Let me turn it down. My cooktop gets really hot, but it still smells good. I think you'll be all right. We got some nice pieces in there. Like a tang. No, not like sour cream. You know how sour cream has a tang? It doesn't really even have a tang. It has like a, gosh, it's so mild. How can I explain it? You know how blue cheese has like a little bit of a funk to it, but if blue cheese was a 10, this is like a 1 or a 0.5. It's really low. It's got like a little bit of like a, oh, that's something interesting. All right, let me go in this chicken. Let's see how our chicken is looking. And it's going really nicely with the wooden spoon. But for anybody out there nervous, I'll get the temperature checker. I'm just gonna go in there. Yeah, it cuts really clean. I think that's looking good. All right. So it says let it simmer on medium low. For me, I need to let it simmer on low. So it's thickened up and then it's gotten a little darker. Add some water. Greta says add a little bit of water. Okay. I'll add like a splash. But we did let it let it simmer. If you want it more of a soup, add a lot of water. I like more of a stew. Got me. All right. Let's temperature check the chicken. And then we're going to put some cilantro on that. Make sure our chicken is 165. Yep, 166. Make sure, yeah, 181. Chicken's done. It's been in this hot lava. All right. So I'm actually going to turn off the heat. We got a little character going on. I think it looks good, but it does need some brightness to it. I'm going to take a little taste just of the chicken, and then we're going to put that cilantro all over top. Because we're just about done. Actually, the stew itself is done, okay? So this is the goal. Let me find a little small piece of chicken. Maggie's Tandoori Kitchen. The accidental browning's got a little crisp going on. I'm gonna add just a little bit more salt. It has so much flavor. I think it's excellent. Just a little bit more salt for me. All those spices in there. Oh, it's so good. So good. And then we'll put the cilantro on top. Our rice is just about done, and then we're gonna serve this. Y'all would eat this. So again, she said this will keep you warm. Please be safe wherever you are. You know, hopefully you don't lose power or anything. I got some travel planned this weekend. Everything is falling apart, but we're gonna make it work. So if you like my travel content, stay tuned. Looks great. Thank you, Yorkshire Indian. That means a lot coming from you. Okay. We're gonna give it one more taste. I turned the heat down. I'm good with this consistency. Y'all, there's onion in there. I want a little small piece. There's onion in there. There's everything. And the chicken just cuts with a spoon. It just cuts with a spoon, y'all. It's so good. Seasoned really well. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to add the brightness of the cilantro all over this. I love this stuff. And then we'll take a picture just like this. I think it looks beautiful. And we got to take a taste too. Y'all, doesn't that look good? All right. So let's take a picture of just the stew. And then as soon as our rice is done, oh, I was going to do cauliflower rice for y'all. All right. We got to do a healthy version. All right. Let's get in there. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's make our little video. All right. So welcome to Foodie Fridays on Food Talk TV. This is Maggie's Tandoori Kitchen. We make a chicken shorba with boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We have tomato, onion, we have garlic, ginger, we have garam masala, we have cumin, we have turmeric, we have salt and pepper and cumin. We're gonna serve that over rice. Enjoy. Y'all, this looks so good. Honestly, this is a great one pot meal that you could put on the table and just serve it just like that. I'm sure people would be like, ooh, ah, oh. Let me get a picture with the, oh, hold up. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm gonna take a little bite. God, it just looks beautiful. It just jumps off of the page. Doesn't that look lovely? Okay, focus. All right, so rice is almost done. Oh, cauliflower rice. I have these little pouches, and you can get at Walmart. Oh, this is broccoli and cauliflower. So if you want to do a lower calorie version, microwave for 1 minute, tear off the top. If y'all have been with me, I've made that mistake before. Put this in and it exploded. Oh yeah, 1 minute, or you can pan fry it for 1 minute. Okay, so we got pictures, we got video. We're gonna get our rice. It's just about done. All right, and I want to take a little bite. So you all like that? Thank you all so much. This has been so exciting. Yes, yummy, I know. Okay, let's taste it with the cilantro. Now I'm ready to dig in. Because I will probably eat it just like this if you want the low carb version. Let's see how it tastes with the cilantro. And then I'll make a nice little plate for you all. I like the chicken that's got the character, the dark pieces. Anybody else like that? You want the chicken that's got a little extra. I'm gonna put some extra cilantro on there. Oh! I think we've done it in 2026. Woo! Okay. Y'all, that is so good. I am so impressed. Okay, focus. So let's just put the top on here. I'm gonna move everything out of the way, get a bowl. Let me see, I wanna make my presentation look like hers. Then I'll sit down and eat. Y'all would like this. I think this is a great introduction into like cuisine that has, if you have picky kids or people that don't really like eating a whole lot of, intense flavors, I think this is a great introduction. It's not too overly spicy. I think it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, 71,000 likes. Thanks, everybody. Okay, let's see how she serves this up. All right, so that was the goal. Oh, she was light with the coriander. Hers is even more soupy, but I like mine. All right, so let me just see. We just need a bowl. Yeah. All right, let's get a bowl. And I'm waiting for my rice cooker to go off. So again, I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Thank you all so much for being here. Today we made a chicken shorba. This was excellent. Honestly, I think the boneless, skinless chicken thighs or chicken breasts, whatever you have, if you want to cook this, this is a great like 30-minute meal. I know I took longer with y'all, but this was great because you could get this on the table. It'll make you feel warm. It's hot, but it's not spicy. But then those spices that are in there give so much flavor that's just like a warm hug. You know, if you have like, I don't know, hot cocoa or something that's got like cinnamon and nutmeg and all those warming spices. They're not heat hot, but they are just like warming, like they linger. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and fluff up this rice because it's looking, yeah, I'm going to add some buffalo butter to it. I'll show y'all what it looks like. I'll just take this off so y'all can see because we got to plate it over rice. All right, so here's our rice cooker. It hasn't popped yet, but it looks good to me. I'm gonna taste the rice by itself. Ah! Perfect timing. All right, so rice cooker just finished. So let's plate and we are done. Let me just taste it by itself. Oh, okay. And since we source authentic ingredients here, we're gonna fluff it up with a little bit of buffalo butter. Because why not? We'll let that melt in and then we'll plate. So I'm just gonna cut a little slab off of my Indian buffalo milk butter. No, I did not milk the buffalo. So we're just gonna get a beautiful little slab like that. My mom used to do that, especially if you're giving rice to kids. She would put a little bit of butter in the rice when she was cooking it, just to make it a little bit, our Italian brothers and sisters eat like noodles with butter, like plain. My ex-husband used to do that too. All right, so let's fluff this up and we are good to go. All right, so we're gonna let our buffalo butter kind of melt in there. Got our rice. I am so excited. All right. So I think she just put this on the side. All right. So we have our rice, our golden rice, and then this bowl looks a little bit big, but we're just gonna add. Y'all would eat this. I'm telling you. Y'all would eat this. Now mine's a little bit thicker. Our rice cooker is still doing its thing. Let me take one more picture and then I'll take a bite for you with the rice, a rice bite. Y'all, that looks good. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill this plate. This portion is too much, but I just wanna fill the plate. Looks good? Mm-hmm. Y'all, that looks good. I want some more cilantro on it just because I'm greedy like that. All right. Y'all, that looks delicious. Y'all would eat that. So this is the stew version. You could also make the soup version. Check out our one ingredient Maggie's Tandoori Kitchen. All right, so here is the finished plated product. We have the chicken shorba here with all of our spices, topped with fresh cilantro, and we have some jasmine rice with a little bit of buffalo butter to keep it dairy free. Enjoy. All right. Let me get a bite and let me let y'all go. Y'all would eat this. I am so proud of myself. Let's go in here with a little bit of buttered rice and a little bit of that stew. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We did that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, y'all, this is real food. And you could eat this whole thing and feel good about it. Oh my gosh. Talk about comfort food. If you like a stewy, kind of like savory. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. 10 out of 10. Substitute any meat, maybe beef, lamb, whatever you eat. I guess you could do a vegetarian. I don't know. I'm not a vegetarian, but this is good. Let me let y'all go before I embarrass myself. Okay. Thank you all so much for being here. We made it to 79,000 likes. Please tap the screen on your way out to see if we can close out at 80,000 likes. This is Maggie, the substitute teacher. We made a chicken shorba today. I'm gonna put some extra cilantro on that rice. Y'all, the recipe is at foodtalktv.com. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you're subscribed. I will see you all next week, Friday. What are we making? I don't know. We will wing it again. Thank you all so much for being here. Oh! They said, don't forget the cauliflower rice in the microwave. Ah! Who wants this? Oh my gosh, if you insist. Hold on. See, we were doing so good. All right, for our low carb, I'm already giving it the side eye. So we have our broccoli and cauliflower rice. So y'all can tell the difference. We'll put a little bit of this on there so you can have it too with cauliflower rice. All right, so which version? I'm gonna get some more cilantro. Which version are you going for? Version. You want your cauliflower rice? Oh, you liked it. Thank you. Oh, we made 80,000. Thank you all so much. All right, put the rice emoji if you want this version. Put the vegetable emoji if you want this version. But either way, it's good. I'm so excited. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for multi-streaming with me. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Food Talk TV on Fridays. I make food and femininity content, and I love struggle cooking with you all. Thank you to my Indian brothers and sisters that supported me on making my own version of your authentic food. It was definitely worth trying. All right, everybody. Bye. See you all next time. Thank you so much, especially to our Indian in the UK who was making sure that I did this right. All right, everybody. Bye. Oh, you'll take either one. I know, y'all, this is so good. All right, y'all, we're multi-streaming, so I'm just gonna run through the comments and sit down. Could you tell? Come on. I'll taste it. I had cauliflower rice earlier today. Honestly, not bad, because this stew has so much going on. Oh, my camera froze up. This stew has so much going on. The cauliflower rice is not bad. So if you really need the low starch version, looks delicious. Gilchrist. Oh, thank you all so much. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, be safe this weekend. You'll take a plate. Yeah, y'all would eat this for sure. Supposed to be traveling tomorrow, y'all. Flights are getting canceled. Supposed to see just a lot, but stay tuned. If I'm able to travel, I will be documenting it. So we'll see how it goes. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much. I'll see you all next week for the live, but I post every day. So thank you all so much. Full of flavor. Bye, everybody.